Welcome to the very first episode of System Shifters, a talking crit podcast, where four teenagers from quiet corners of middle of nowhere Indiana find themselves unexpectedly transported into thrilling and unpredictable worlds of tabletop role-playing games. Join me as I introduce our players, Jessica, Emma, Mark, and Seth. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, D.
Hello, hello.
You want to introduce who you're playing tonight? Start with you, Jessica. Who are you playing?
I am Jessica, and I am playing Beatrice. Go by B. I am a local farm girl. Love hanging out on the farm with my daddy, Big D. Plan to take over the farm someday, and just hanging out with friends, being mom to all of them, making sure they're staying out of trouble. Yeah, me and my dog Binks.
What kind of dog is Binks?
Binks is a sheepdog. She's also very protective of everybody.
And how about you, Emma? Who are you bringing to the table?
Yeah, I am playing Bryn, who is our resident conspiracy theorist. Her knowledge of aliens and secret government plots is only outshone by the love for her very small friend group, who she likes to hang out with. She is friends with B. They actually grew up together. Bryn's mom is a single mom who works way too hard, and often will kind of pawn her off on her old high school friend. So B and Bryn sort of grew up together, and we folded everyone else in. And Bryn also works part-time at the local Chubby Cabra History Alliance, which is our small town's cryptid. And she likes to try and correct the newsletters that they send out because she obviously has better intel than they do.
Clearly.
Yeah, obviously.
Which will bring us now over to Mark. Mark, who are you playing?
Yeah, I'm playing Grayson, who is a mathlete from the big city who's moved to a small town and is navigating high school with the help of his friends.
Mathlete, any big plans to take that big old brain of yours?
Well, he's got a stack of acceptance letters that he's avoiding looking at. He's not sure where to go. Not really sure if he's ready to give up his friends and his town and all that stuff.
You just got here. It's too early to leave.
Exactly.
And how about you, Seth? Who are you playing?
I'm playing Oz, who's the group's chill dude. Listen to metal. Basically, my rough life has turned me to such a chill person. I don't know.
Well, with you being such a chill person, sure you won't mind if we go ahead and get right into this game. All right. So we're going to start at your guys' houses. All the choring's done, and you guys are going to had planned to meet up in the local diner. This little restaurant in town before your spring break weekend begins. So the sleepy town of Burns Hollow is especially quiet this week. This is the final few days of spring break, where the majority of families all have left for vacation, kind of leaving the town feeling deserted and even more dull than it normally is. We find ourselves heading to our intrepid teenagers as they get ready to meet up for their final weekend, their final spring break time together. We'll start with Beatrice out at her farm. Beatrice, what are you doing up in your room getting ready to head out and meet your friends?
Just kind of organizing, making sure all my posters are properly on the wall. Just making my bed, getting ready to head downstairs and let mom and dad know where I'm heading to. I would have been up super early, finishing, taking care of the cattle and the goats, feeding everybody. So just kind of putting myself together.
I was going to ask if you had any farm chores you had to go do before you could go out and do anything.
Yeah, me and Binks would have been doing my trusty dog.
And you head down the stairs, you run past the kitchen. Your mom and Big D are sitting at the table eating their breakfast. Big D's got the newspaper out in front of him. He's sipping his cup of coffee. He's got a big old fat steak and some eggs sitting in front of him. Remind me again of what your mother's name is?
Her name is Catherine. She goes by Cat. So it's Cat and Big D.
Big D hears you coming down the steps. And where are you off to in such a hurry?
I'm going to meet Bryn at the diner.
Cows put away?
Of course, Daddy. Binks and I took care of the cows. We took care of the goats. That one's trying to chew on your tire again. I had to get him back in the pen, but I got him secured, I think. He's a rascal. I know, Daddy, but I love them.
I know. Anyhow, do you need any cash before you head out?
I mean, I could use some.
He pulls out one of those long wallets that don't really make sense. The long and fat leather wallets. Pulls out a 10 and hands it to you.
Thanks, Daddy.
Leans in for a kiss on the cheek. Yep.
I won't be too late.
Be back 9 o'clock.
I know.
All right, have fun.
Always.
You head through the kitchen, out the back door to where you store your bike. What's your bike look like?
It is an orange bike that you can tell has kind of been scuffed up a little bit, and I've tried to repaint over with what I thought would match. It's kind of got some different shades of orange on it, and not too bad looking, but it's been around the block a few times. And I've got my first aid kit on there because I've got to take care of. I've got cuts and all sorts of stuff from working on the farm.
Ready batch of antiseptic ointment.
Of course. Some peroxide, some iodine. Turn everything purple.
Alright. So, as you hop on your bike and start pedaling down the drive, we will shift over to Grayson.
Okay, yeah. Grayson is getting ready to go. He's rolled up the bottom of his jeans a little bit, making sure the fold is nice and straight. He's pulled over a gray hoodie, straightening the hood in the back, and his hair is curly and frizzy all the time. So he's trying to paste it down unsuccessfully in the mirror. Just kind of getting all of his stuff together, throwing some things into his backpack.
Some things like what?
I think he's probably got a little notebook, a pen, just kind of prepared like that. He's probably got a spare pair of socks out of habit. I think they're probably the same socks that have been in there for a while, though, so they're probably not the cleanest. And I think he's going to grab a couple of fruit roll-ups out of the pantry on the way as well.
And what is Mom doing?
Mom is on the phone. Her name is Donna. And as I'm packing my stuff, we have this sort of silent conversation about when to come back. She's gossiping with a friend up the street.
And Julie, if he's not back by 9 o'clock, he's not going out ever again.
Yes, Mom, yes. Mm-hmm.
Where do you keep your bike?
It's out in the front between the house and the detached garage, kind of just leaned up against the side. It's the color is I will tell you that it's maroon, but it's actually quite clearly purple. It's the only one that we could find that was my size when we were looking, and it's good. It's well worn, but it's got a you can see there's like wires sort of zip tied all along the frame down to the pedals. There's like a pedal powered kind of flashlight contraption all connected up.
Mine was in the 90s. Mine was called Bike Max.
Awesome.
So, as you are heading into town, you're in town, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so it's not too terribly far for you. Now let's head up to Bryn.
Bryn is going to be probably asleep over her desk because I imagine she wholeheartedly intended to like prepare for this morning and then ended up reading through like conspiracy magazines and different like notes. She's got like one of those like meme style conspiracy boards like on her one wall, like string and everything attached. And she fell asleep while doing that like, in the wee hours of the morning, probably somewhere in like 3-4 in the morning before finally passing out. So she's gonna like jolt awake and realize what time it is.
I was going to ask, so your alarm clock goes off. What popular 90s tune would have woke you up and out of your deep sleep?
Oh, let me see. 90s. It's gonna... I feel like it would be like, oh, Backstreet Boys, definitely. Yeah, like an I Want It That Way, just blaring from it because she can't figure out how to change the station on her alarm clock.
It's a brand new digital one that got away
Yeah.
from the dial.
Right.
One of those green Nickelodeon ones.
Exactly. They found it in like the thrift store 2 towns up just on a whim, and her mom thought it was like so cool and like with the times, and now Bryn can't figure out how to change the station, but she doesn't want to let like annoy her mom because it was such a nice thing to do.
Awesome.
And she's gonna
Speaking
like
of mom,
jolt awake.
You're clanging around downstairs. What would she be making for you?
Well, my mom would actually probably be at work because remember, she's
She's
a
at
single
work?
mom. She's got 2 jobs and it's spring break. So she definitely
You
would have
are-
been picking up extra shifts, probably at her supermarket stocking job. Because diner, it's better in like the evenings when she picks up shifts.
All right, so on the refrigerator where she keeps her to-do list for you, there is a envelope with a $5 in it.
She left me some tip money. And when Bryn wakes up, it's like stereotypical like 80s beginning movie, even though I know we're in the 90s. Like paper stuck to her cheek, hair in a mess. So she's gonna like change, just like haphazardly be yanking her hair. I kind of canon that she's got like really messy, curly, like strawberry blonde hair.
Okay.
And she usually keeps it like piled on top of her head in a messy bun. So she's like
Noted.
yanking that up as she goes out the door.
All right, where do you keep your bike?
I kind of think that we'd be in like an apartment, probably because like it's just us, and again, single mom, stereotypical. So we probably have one of those. We're lucky enough we have a bottom floor one. You know, the tips have been good the last couple of years, so we've moved up in the world. And we have one of those little like patio alcoves. It's not really like a patio, it's just sort of like an indent into the apartment building.
Right.
And I would keep it kind of leaned up against the wall there.
Okay. Well, as you hop on it, describe it.
I have a obviously secondhand bike. It's very old. It still works, and I take very good care of it. But it's sort of become this like dingy gray color after it's obviously gone through a couple owners. I've tried to plaster like stickers and stuff in certain places to make it look better and like cover up some rust spots. And there's also a trading card in the spokes, specifically a handmade Chubicabra trading card that I made because I didn't like the one that they had at the Chubicabra History Society.
Awesome. Speaking of, you go right past the museum on your way to the restaurant. So
Yeah, I feel like
not
normally
far
she
from
would.
your apartment.
Yeah, Yeah, I feel like normally she'd stop in, but she knows she's late this morning. So she's probably gonna like ride by and like in the back of her mind be like, later I need to stop by and check some files from all those ideas last night.
Okay. Was there anything you grabbed to take with you?
She wholeheartedly intended to pack her bag last night, but got distracted, like I said. So she's like rushing. She grabs like her notebook, which is this like spiral bound with like stickies and highlights and like just filled with extra pages in there. Couple extra pens, probably a hoodie. And she would probably on her way out just grab like any snack stuff her mom kind of has out on the counter, and it's gonna be anything from like couple like Grayson was saying fruit roll-ups to like an apple, just not even thinking. She probably grabbed something really random like a tube of toothpaste because she was like in her mind of being late.
Okay, so you rush around, you scramble, grab what you think necessary to just for your hangout sesh with your buds.
Mm-hmm.
You rush down the stairs, you grab the money off the fridge. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
thanks, Mom. And run out to flip your bike over the little safety gate that, I mean, you're on the ground floor, you don't really know why it's there, but you lift your bike over, hop over, take off towards the restaurant.
Mhm.
And then we will head all the way over to Oswald's house,
Uh-huh.
where
So
I'm assuming he's just chilling.
he is bumping to a record right before he lifts the play arm and stops it and decides to get ready. He will hop out of bed, put on a shirt and his jeans, and try and find an old trucker cap he found, and then he'll head down to the living room where Dad is sitting in his armchair. He works nights, and
He's
Mom is
asleep.
out. And Mom is out mowing the lawn, smoking.
Okay.
So
Yeah, Dad's asleep in his underwear on the easy boy.
that chair has seen so much. And Mom's out there smoking again.
I like to think that you said you were listening to a record. You were in your bed, had the headphones on, into the record player. Take the record player, you unplug them when you get up. Fix your hair, get your hat, headphones back on, into the Walkman.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever lose the
I-
headphones.
I grab my Walkman. It's a hand-me-down from my sister, but yeah, it's
Still
my
cassette
Walkman now.
player.
Oh yeah.
She got a CD player one, but it skips every time you breathe on it, so you'd rather have the cassette tape.
It's the glorious age of tape. Anyway, I'll grab my Walkman. I'll grab one of those old big mag lights just in case I could lead her out while it's dark and head out.
Mom sees you heading down the driveway towards your bike. Cuts the mower off. Where are you off to?
You know, Ma, it's I'm hanging out with friends.
You know, you could be doing this and not me, right?
Well, you seem to enjoy the tan you get from it.
She gives you just like a fuck you look. Fuck you, son. Pulls the thing a couple times, struggling to start it. It finally goes, and she keeps on. Lights up another cigarette.
I'll just sigh and shake my head and grab my bike, which is an old pink bike with tassels. The paint is all chipped. It looks more gray than it does pink now because half the paint's gone from it being roughed around so much. But yeah, and I'll head off.
All right. So, I will say Oz and Grayson pretty much get there before everybody else. Bryn, you arrive just as B does because she had quite a bit longer of a ride to get to town.
Mm-hmm.
You all arrive, get a table. There are no booths. And Jenny comes around. Oh, you guys are still in town? You know, not going on no vacation?
No, you know I've got the farm to take care of. I can't leave Big D doing it all by himself.
Yeah, well, just you tell Big D they, a little bit of rest and relaxation might do him some good.
Yeah, right.
Anyhow, what can I get you kids?
I'll take a coffee to start with. And my usual, just bacon and hash browns.
You got it.
Bryn also wants, nay, needs coffee. And she probably knows this diner menu better than anybody because her mom works here. And she would probably order the breakfast special that's marked like half down and gives you way too much food.
Nice.
I'll get a coffee and
Tell you what, you kids are the only ones here. Here's the pot. She just sets the tank down in the middle of the table for you.
Yes.
Can I get a water too? No ice, if that's not too much trouble.
No ice. Yeah. She goes and gets another one. Not too long goes by and all your food arrives. An older couple comes in while you guys are eating and sits down. This is Ethel and Eugene Clemens.
Oz will look up from the pancakes he got. Oh, and so, oh, hey Ethel, how's your cat doing?
Oh, he's still kicking.
Well, if you ever need me to watch him again, just let me know.
Who's that boy? It's that Aussie kid that you hired to come over here and take care of the cats when we had to go to that funeral.
He only showed up a couple days, but cats being cats, the cat was fine.
Yeah, right.
And he goes back to pancakes.
I feel like we've done this enough that Bryn has a very set way that she does this. She gets this massive breakfast platter, immediately takes all the extra bacon and piles it on B's plate, takes the extra pancakes and slides over to the guys and really just focuses in on what she wants. And she's already showing B the notes that she hastily scrawled at 3 a.m. last night about whatever new theory she's got.
Did you get any sleep?
I mean, yeah, a couple hours. Better than normal when I don't have school.
Need to be rested. This is our last break together.
Needs rest when you've got coffee.
Yeah, that's true.
So, how are you kids planning on spending your final weekend?
Oh, probably up in the fort.
Just gonna chill.
The last hurrah in the fort. So.
That sounds fun. She goes over and starts taking the elderly couple's order, shooting the shit with them a little bit. Let's get a roll here. Let's see. Who would be sitting next to their table? Whose back is to them? Be two of you.
Well, I waved at them, so I'm on the opposite side that can see them.
Okay.
So
That's
probably us girls, because we're probably
Yeah, I'd say
sitting next
probably
to
be in Bryn.
I need a charm roll from you two.
I'm terrible at that.
I'll say I'm not very charming. 3.
I also got a
No.
3.
You can spend your AP for a reroll.
I only have a D4. I'm not going to be able to do much better than that.
Yeah.
And none of you have any bonuses?
Not for this one.
Unless they're coming at us. And I'm
Yeah,
being defensive.
unless I need to pull something random out of my bag, I got Jack Squat for this one. Do dice
Okay, so
explode in Kids On? I forget.
they do.
Forget it's been a while.
Okay, so you two hear a little bit of the conversation the elderly couple and the waitress are having, and within the munching of all the food and kind of just taking in your surroundings, your clique here, kind of going in one ear and out the other until you hear him say something like, "Damnedest things sound like lasers."
Immediately has Bryn's attention.
I would immediately look over at Bryn. You.
I feel like Bryn would
Yeah.
like turn entirely in her seat and be like, lasers? Like the kind that happen when aliens abduct people and they're trying to stun them? Usually followed by a probe.
Yeah, well, something like that World of the Worlds radio show is what I've heard. But yeah, I heard it was down at the old I had it as Grayson Farm, but what's changed? What would be the old farm out of town, the old abandoned farm be called?
Clancy Farm.
Out at the Plancy Farmstead. Some of the workers out that way said they heard something like swords clashing and then laser guns.
I'm gonna whip back around to B and be like, can we go check? I feel like that's on the way to the fort, or enough on the way to the fort, right?
I mean, we can go check, but it kind of sounds like...
So, the fort actually bisects where the farmhouse is at, that farmland is at, and so you have town, woods that separates, and then you have that farmland. Sorry, continue.
We can go check, but it sounds like maybe somebody's trying to watch a movie or something out there.
It's in the middle of nowhere, B. This is like prime alien abduction. Can you imagine if we could prove some of the theories and things that I've heard about all these abductions, and which, by the way, are totally not proven? They could just be from the government trying to make us think that they're aliens.
I will go with you if it will put your mind at ease. Don't have anything else to do. Big D just told me to be home by 9.
Yeah, Mom's working a double, so it doesn't really matter what time I go home.
I just have to be home before dark. You know how it is.
I have my window unlocked. I can come home basically any hour.
Yeah, we know us.
So
No
we can go check out the
responsibility
aliens.
for you. Sure. Can we finish breakfast first?
I suppose.
They do say it's the most important meal of the day.
Yeah, well, if I'm getting abducted, I want to have a full stomach first.
You might change your mind if you read some of my probe theories.
I'm not gonna read those again.
Yeah, no.
I
You
didn't
told me
sleep for
enough.
3 days.
Bryn just like pats her journal lovingly, like, ah.
Yeah. Big D made fun of me for a whole week, not wanting to go out to the barn by myself in the dark. Not doing that again.
Suit yourself, it helps to be informed.
I'm informed. I just don't need to read them again.
As we're eating, Grayson's probably telling everybody, he's like, yeah, like, speaking of lasers, like, they probably, they don't make an actual sound, right? Like, it's just light. Like, the sound is probably coming from, like, the air getting superheated or something, but it's not actually the laser that's making the sound. It's full of random scientific trivia.
Bryn opens her notebook and immediately starts writing this down. Like, this is good information to add to her just pure list of things.
Yeah, but it's more fun if it makes it sound, man.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it makes for good TV. It's not right. It's not accurate.
Accuracy schmaccuracy. I
Yeah.
I like it when it goes pew pew.
Yeah, that's how I heard it sounded, like that Star Wars movie. Aren't they remaking that? That's what I heard. That's what I think it was. This is old man still intruding on your guys' conversation.
So
You
you
know,
think
the
there's
Star
stormtroopers in the farm?
Do stormtroopers have swords?
You said a pew pew
Well,
laser
there's a
pistol.
lot. What the boys said was that it was like swords, like a medieval knight fighting somebody with a laser gun. But when they got there to inspect it, nothing was there.
I think it's like one of those, like, you know, like a Ren Fair or whatever they call that, you know, like some of that dress ups. You know, people get all costumed up and play make believe in the woods. Maybe like something like that.
Or, and hear me out here, we could be dealing with a classic case of alien cloaking because their dampening technology wasn't working after a crash land.
I mean, we'll keep all options open for sure. Yep, it could be any of those until we have, you know, proof one way or the other, evidence. We don't know, so that's true.
Exactly. Evidence. That's what we need.
Oh, she's gonna be insufferable all week if we don't go out there. So
She's right, you know.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't doing anything anyway, so.
I mean, we were just gonna hang out and fortify the fort. So
Ethel chimes in. Yeah, reminds me, Brandhilda. You ever catch that chubby cobra? She kind of laughs.
No, Miss Ethel, I haven't. I am still working on formulating a plan that is not glaringly obvious. Otherwise, he'll see me coming.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, you mess around with that chubby cobra, your bones will get sucked out and you'll turn into a big old mush of pudding.
I'll take my chances.
I'll carry her around on my bike in a basket.
Yeah, you'll be like a little pudding person.
Bryn pudding.
Bren pudding. All right, so you guys have had plenty of time to eat your foods. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of time to run around and gather some stuff if you need to. All I need to know is what you're getting, and then we'll head out to your clubhouse.
I'm gonna take my extra pieces of bacon that I didn't finish and put them in my pocket.
Always wise to bring pocket bacon.
Yep.
Imagine because Bryn's mom works here, she probably keeps like a spare backpack, and after realizing she's got literally useless items in her bag, like the spare tube of toothpaste and her broken hairbrush handle because she was just 80s movie grabbing shit, she's gonna go like to her other backpack and just transfer over and has like a couple flashlights, some extra batteries, a roll of duct tape, and then just like move her journal and the snacks to that.
There you go. B, did you grab anything before you left the house? I forgot to ask.
So my backpack always has like rope, my pocket knife, flashlight, just basic things that I might need when I'm out with like the cattle and the goats.
How about
I
the
just want to grab that.
How about the other two boys? Did you grab anything before you head out?
Then the big
Okay.
old mag light and my Walkman and headphones.
Okay.
I did grab a few extra batteries though.
Well, of
Some
course.
ether
Walkman.
batteries.
Yeah.
Grayson's gonna grab like one of those disposable poncho kind of things you get like at a football game or something.
Okay.
Just stuff that in his bag, and he's got a spare set of shoelaces. Has habit of tying his shoes too tight and breaking the lace off, so he's got one extra set of shoelaces.
Alright, so you guys all hop on your bikes and head to the edge of town where you have your secret path that you guys have made throughout the years. It's now worn away enough that you can actually ride your bikes all the way back into the cabin. I need all of you to roll a brains for me.
Oh, good. I'm good at that.
I'm terrible at that.
Holy shit.
Right here. Oh, but I got a 6.
That's a
Loaded.
one.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we explode in this game, right?
Yeah, you do.
Cool. I
The
just got a
difficulty
20,
is 8. You got a 20. Okay.
and I have to roll again. So, got a 38.
Whoa!
I got a big old one.
Right, so if we explode, we roll that same dice again, correct?
Yes.
Grayson got a 13.
13?
Yep.
Can't charm you for shit, but man, I'm smart.
Annihilating the first real roll. So as you guys get up to the cabin, describe it for me. Like, what have you guys built throughout the years growing up out in this woods? How's it look?
It's actually pretty fortified. Like, we've probably been doing this since
Okay,
middle
for-
school.
Being built by preteens/teenagers, I feel like it'd be pretty livable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't see through the walls. We've got, probably taken some of the extra, like, we had like pallets and things like that left over from the farm for deliveries and things like that, or old fence work. We've been able to bring that out, like, build it
A
up.
couple tarps that you guys have just tried to toss out over the years and just like fixed up some of the holes for the like siding.
Yeah, it's basically all old farm stuff left over.
Or stuff I grabbed from the junkyard.
Yeah. So junkyard / fox farm.
I feel like this is like the Grand Canyon. You can see the ages of like once we've incorporated the other people into our friend group.
So, I mean, it's very makeshift, but structurally sound. And you know this because Big D's been out to check on you guys, make sure you weren't going to kill yourselves building them.
Yeah.
A full structure in the middle of the woods.
Oh yeah, Big D was definitely supervisor.
But with that 38 that you rolled, just as you put your bike in your guys' handmade bike racks, you see something move just at the corner, far edge of the cabin. And with the 38, it is a short green blur. Then it vanishes into the hedgerow back behind the cabin. The rest of you also saw something, but mostly just the sticks and limbs move when it ran through. Could have been anything. It could have been a squirrel.
I ain't seen nothing. I got a 1.
What was that?
Bryn is gonna grab whoever's closest to her. I'm assuming it's either going to be B or Grayson, just by sheer coincidence, and is just gonna like clamp onto their arm and be like, "It was green. It was a person. Oh my god, there are aliens."
Bryn, it's probably that fox that's been hanging around down here.
It was green. I know I'm always just a little bit crazy, and yes, I'm a little tired, but I promise on the Chupacabra letter that we get every month that I pour over religiously, it was green.
Maybe it was just a garbage bag or something.
Too much coffee at breakfast.
You sure it wasn't that squirrel I keep feeding?
It was green!
All I saw was the bush move.
Guys, I promise, I know I'm the crazy one half the time, but it was green, and then we heard the old people talking about the noises. We have to go see what it was.
You know what? Let's go. Let's go. And I'm gonna like grab her arm and pull her towards the bushes.
You start pulling, and then she is like dead ahead yanking you.
So you get over there to investigate. Give me another brains.
Loaded again. With a 6. So 9. Being that I exploded.
Oh, this D4. I got another 1.
I also got a 1.
Oof.
There's some dice.
You two like start to head that way. I'm like, nah, they got it. They got it.
It's probably fine, right, Oz?
Yeah, I'm sure it was clumsy the squirrel.
Just like a garbage bag or something. It's fine.
Oh no.
Y'all just listen for the call. We got this. Imagine we have some sort of like owl call.
Caw, caw.
You say an owl call?
Can't do it. But yeah. Oh,
It's better than I could have done.
Is that a dying giraffe over there?
Shut up, man. I can't get it right. Ah.
Just whatever sounds like a teenager making noises. That's the call.
yeah. We're our attempt at bird noises. We call it our.
Bryn, what did you roll?
18.
18. So you guys make it over there where the bush. Well, first you check out the corner. You don't see. There's nothing disturbed. There's no scratches, no hair, no nothing there. You go over to where you saw it vanish into the shrubberies, and you hear a stick snap, and I need a flight from both of you.
$13 for me.
7.
7. So just as you spread the branches to look in, you see a black and white striped creature directly in front of your face. What do? Turns around, and its little tail goes straight up in the air.
I told you it wasn't an alien, and I run, like trying to grab her. It's me.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump back.
He's going to roll a d12. He has to beat an 11. You guys just barely get the shrubbery close back up just as he sprays skunk juice all over the trees. You guys managed to not get hit. But it definitely stinks out here now.
Oh, what's that smell?
It was a damn skunk.
See, I knew it wasn't an alien.
That wasn't what I saw. What I saw was green. That is very obviously black and white.
Well, maybe if it moved so fast, maybe like the colors shifted or something. I don't know.
Well, I would love to explain and talk about camouflage tactics with black and white animals because I have a whole section in my journal about it. It was green.
Well, it's not there anymore.
So,
And Big D would have made me sleep in the barn if I would have come home smelling like skunk.
you guys heading back inside the cabin at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want each one of you to give me a unique addition that you added for yourself here. Could be anything like a poster to a piece of a tractor tire that you sit in. Think Peter Pan, their treehouse.
So Oz has put up all the posters of all the bands his mom does not like and does not let in the house over in this little base they have.
So Limp Bizkit,
Yeah, I was thinking a
Nirvana.
little heavier metal, like
Korn,
yeah,
Slayer.
Bolt Thrower, Deicide, all the death metal bands.
ASI. Nice.
Like Bryn would have found like a bean bag, maybe like at a thrift store or maybe like in a dumpster or something, and would have like totally repurposed it with scrap fabric so that it's actually like really big and fluffy and comfy. Just one of those, like, not that you like badly sink into it, but like the kind that you can just curl up and take a nap in.
Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna give you also a board with the strings here as
Yes,
well.
a smaller version of the one at home.
We would have used some rope and like boards and stuff and made like a swing that came down from like the big tall branch, the tree closest, and just made like a nice swing.
Okay.
Like Penelope style, the movie where she is hidden away and she has a little swing in her room.
How about you, Grayson?
Yeah, I think Grayson's built a little like a bench kind of chair with a back. It's quite plain and straight, but it's comfy. And he's added a little like a hook kind of mechanism where he can hang a flashlight from the roof, kind of in the middle.
Nice. So you guys have sleeping bags and stuff out here. You've camped out here many, many times. You got a nice little fire pit out front. You could totally stay here. It's secure enough. What's the plan from here?
Well, we have to regroup and go check on the actual place where the aliens might be.
Either that or it's a robot fighting a knight.
I mean, I hadn't thought about it, but it could very well be robots. You know, the government has started infiltrating the world with androids and robots.
Sure.
It's a new technological age, Oz.
Old stuff is way more better.
Way more better.
Way more better. This digital age is just a fad.
I feel like Bee's gonna go over to her mini conspiracy board and like move some things around based off of all the things that have happened today. There's no rhyme or reason to anyone else, but it makes total sense to her.
Is it color coded?
Very much so. The strings are definitely color coded.
All the red ones are the worrisome ones.
I feel like Oz just moves a couple of them every so often, and Bee pretends to notice, but she does not know when he messes with it.
I do it whenever I stay out here after having an argument with Mom.
Ah. So it's definitely you can tell that it's been lived in more than normal. You have a nice spot set up that you have claimed as your sleeping spot.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of soda cans still left on the floor there. Most are half full still. Like you opened one, took a couple drinks, and then opened another one. Real degen shit.
Bunch of crumpled surge
The
cans.
The best sips are the first few.
He's gonna kind of look around at that and be like, Oz, you know you're always welcome at the farm.
Nah, man, this is fine.
He knows deal will make him go to do some work.
That's true.
He ain't built for farm life.
I feel like he'd be more apt to like try and crawl into like Grayson's window or something because he's definitely not getting into the apartment.
In
Yeah,
middle
man, you
night,
can-
throwing pebbles at Grayson's window.
Yeah, you can always crash here. My place is fine.
Well, she's been in a better mood lately, so she switched to a different brand of cigarettes.
Say, did she finally start smoking again?
Yeah, she said she was quitting last time. That was the third time she tried. At least in my lifetime.
Your mom gets mean every time she tries to quit.
Yeah, it's the withdrawal.
I bet in a couple of years they'll come out with something about that.
You guys hear off into the woods, towards the back window, and the branches and everything start rustling again, and something slams up against the window. Thunk.
Yeah, it's the skunk.
Hence,
Hell?
That sounded bigger than the skunk.
Oh, I will grab my magnite just in case I have to whack something.
So it's not dark yet.
No, but it's big enough to whack.
Oh, they definitely are.
Mhm.
Those things have D batteries in them. They're heavy.
What are we doing?
running over to the window.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see what that was.
Peek around the corner of the window.
As you get up to
Grayson.
the window, there is an obvious red, viscous, clear liquid splattered. Looks like it's probably the blood of something.
Ugh, gross.
Oh, that's gonna smell.
Was it a bird was it a bird again? Last time I had to clean up that bird. I was not happy about that.
Well, that's like too much for a bird.
About a golf ball size speck.
Bryn, what do you think?
I need a better look. She's gonna head out and move around to see where on that side of the fort something hit.
When you get to the side, just before you come around to that window, you hear like a little bit of a squeaking sound, like
Look down, see. I mean, I think her immediate thought would be like a chipmunk or something, just from like sheer habit. But
so. What is down just below the window? It looks like a gray, like a rabbit's nest when they pull all their fur and fill it. It looks like just a big old patch of fur in the yard.
yes,
That's what it looks like. It is kind of moving and squeaking.
guys, I think something got attacked and found its way over here.
Oz will peek his head out the window.
Just to slide the window down, look down.
What is it?
Bryn just points.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is. This isn't alien beings. I'm not the forefront on this one.
But you were.
Not on wildlife. Be better asking B.
Poke it with a stick.
Bryn will happily find a stick and start trying to poke it.
So, okay, give me a grit. It is a looking for a 10 or better.
Well, I got an 8, which explodes, so plus 6, 14 will do it.
Okay. So as you poke this thing with a stick, it squeaks again and kind of like oozes over to where you see these tiny little flaps that look. It looks like a living hand puppet squirrel.
That's not normal.
You see it blinking. It's like a gooey mush of a creature.
Oz, I don't think it's supposed to do that.
Yeah, that ain't normal.
That's not the thing you were feeding, was it?
What did you
Well,
say the squirrel's name was that you were talking about a minute ago?
Tubbs. But Tubbs was
Tubbs?
fat.
Well, looks like it could have been that.
Yeah, but
Give me a brains check.
All of us.
Whoever wants to, just one of you. At a time.
19.
19. Looks like his bones have been sucked out.
The chubby copper got it.
got a 6.
Got an 11. Exploded again. D6 is rolling well. 3 times.
Very nice.
These blue
Grayson
guys
this whole
exploding
time
too.
is just like behind Oz, looking over his shoulder, like hiding almost, just like peeking over Oz's shoulder out the window. Is it alive?
You see it's still squeaking and it's blinking. And its tiny little nose is still
Jeez.
crunching up.
Guess we have Tubbs pudding now.
Yeah. Pudding Tubbs.
Bryn's gonna yank her bag around and reach into it and dig around until at the very bottom there's like one of those instant cameras that you have to take in and get the film developed, and it's already been like half used, but she like immediately starts trying to take a couple pictures of it.
The disposable ones
Yes.
that I go. When
Yeah, you have to like roll it like so it's like click click.
He's looking around for some sort of bowl or something that she can put the squirrel in.
It's not hard to find. You guys have got all sorts of
Yeah.
stuff around here.
Just like in our little
Bucket.
food area.
It's like
Snack
an old
area.
food bucket.
Bryn, is there any way to fix this?
If the chubby cobber got to it, it's too late.
So what if that happens to us? Like you're wanting to chase this thing.
The right thing to do. The chubby cobber is the reason that so many bad things happen here.
Well, you know, my uncle Greg says he encountered the chubby cobra. He said he fist fought it.
And you believe him? Doesn't he tell all kinds of crazy stories all the time? Like he saw Bigfoot too.
I think he saw Bigfoot. I don't know. It's usually when he's on the bottle.
Yeah.
Or Tubbs.
Are you sure this is Tubbs? Because they're, squirrels, they all look the same basically, and there's lots of like, weird kind of defects that happen in nature, and could be just like a normal thing.
B, when you scoop him up to put him into the bowl,
Mhm.
he weighs nearly 2.5 pounds. Definitely
It's
Chubbs. Or
pretty heavy for not having any bones. I'm pretty certain this is Tubbs. I'm gonna take the bowl over to Oz. What do you think?
I'll give him a once over. Yeah, Tubbs had that weird Y-shaped stripe on his head. Yeah, this is Tubbs.
What
Guy.
should we do with them?
Bryn's
Can't
gonna
live
lean
without
down.
bones.
No, he can't. Bryn's gonna just lean down and be like, "Don't worry, Tubbs. I'll avenge you."
All right. So as you guys plot to avenge Tubbs the squirrel, who is now Puddin' Tubbs, we will call this episode here.